Women Entrepreneurs, Job Creation Engine for Southeast Europe, project supported by SIDA in cooperation with RCC, is developed and implemented by CICEL, applying all the principles of structured partnership on international, on national and local level, fully applying all the principles of human capital dimension of Small Business Act for Europe, Entrepreneurship Action Plan and SE 2020.
On the overall general level of increasing competitiveness and increasing the level of jobs in Southeast Europe, the Regional Cooperation Council is working on implementation of the Southeast Europe 2020 strategy, where women entrepreneurship is seen as one of the important components which can not only benefit from this overall regional development and reform framework, but can also contribute to it. We will keep on supporting the matter of women entrepreneurship together with our partners from CICEL, also other stakeholders involved, and we do anticipate this support to be continuous on the regional level through, namely, policy reforms, access to capital, access to finance, access to entrepreneurial skills, and learning process in Southeast Europe for our women entrepreneurs.
When women are not equally represented in the entrepreneurship arena, economies they lose the benefit of new products, new businesses, new jobs, new ideas, new services. There's an increasing recognition that women are the new engines for sustainable and inclusive growth.
When in 2011, we at CICEL started with the implementation of this very specific project related on women entrepreneurs, we didn't envisage such developments. What started as a project became a process, a very important issue for all 9 participating countries, an integral part of CICEL work plan.
I was a member on a working group on CICEL project, and for me that was a great honor, responsibility and pleasure. I believe that products of our work will be useful for women in business in all our countries. Moreover, Business Women Association of Montenegro will promote training modules developed through its members, and also we will promote videos in all media in our country. I want to thank all CICEL team and all great ladies in this project.
Open method of coordination and evidence-based policy making are the main principles and methods of CICEL work. Based on that, 4 main pillars of activities are closely interlinked and implemented.
2 generations of policy indicators are developed and implemented, not only for the scanning of women entrepreneurs related national policies, but also for planning of the same issue for sustainable development in the future. In line with this, applied methodology was the peer learning, which is the ethos of the CICEL work.
The introduction of women entrepreneurship indicators represents a huge step forward when it comes to women entrepreneurship development in the countries. The indicators provides not only for for evidence-based policy making, but moreover for evidence-based action in the field. Basically, the assessment that was undertaken under the 2nd generation of women entrepreneurs indicators showed 2 main challenges when it comes to trainings in the 9 targeted countries. The first challenge relates to the training needs, meaning that we identified that none of these countries had a system for identifying the needs of women entrepreneurs. And the second key common challenge was on the side of the training offer. The training offer in all the countries was underdeveloped.
International Training Needs Analysis for Women Entrepreneurs, called VETNAS, is conducted in 9 participating countries. In total, 2,000 women-owned enterprises participated in online survey.
I come from Directorate for SME Development, Montenegro, institution which is in charge to preparation a strategy for women entrepreneurship. I really believe that final result of this project will be creation of better conditions for development of women entrepreneurship in all 9 countries. This project offers the best way to encourage women to choose entrepreneurship like a career choice.
Being a member of a working group for women entrepreneurship, I can say what are the progress in Serbia concerning women entrepreneurship. For example, 2 years ago, percentage of women-owned firms was 26, but in the end of 2014, it is 31%.
For me, this was a great opportunity to meet other women who are actually in the same field as I am, and to actually create some great regional contacts, and now I have good friends in this area. But for other women who will be target group for these kind of materials, they will have the opportunity to get new knowledge that will serve them to be more competitive. As we were talking about essentials of business, which is finances and marketing, and of course strategic thinking for any entrepreneur.
VETNA's results served as a basis for development of training modules, and these training modules are customer centricity, financial literacy, leadership and motivation. These training modules were developed for the most needed areas of training. And also, digital competence was introduced as transversal one.
On the project Women Entrepreneurship, a job creation engine for Southeastern Europe, I had a dual role. First, I was a member of working group responsible for development of training modules for train-the-trainer activities. And secondly, I provided technical assistance in filming of wonderful, inspirational entrepreneurship stories. Education is of the utmost importance for entrepreneurship. It is a blue chip share worth investing in. And what I learned through this wonderful project, especially through filming these wonderful, as I call them, precious gems of entrepreneurial wisdom, is the following. Entrepreneurship is not a profession, it is a way of life. It is a path to success paved with many failures. It is a path of business growth, but not only business growth. It is the personal growth and self-fulfillment. And also, it is not only giving back, but also paying it forward to the future entrepreneurs, to the vulnerable groups in society, to the local community, and to the posterity.
The process for developing the models were long. It was very challenging, it was rewarding, and I think in the end of the day we came to a result that everybody is satisfied with. We have to remember that we started back in Tirana almost a year ago now, and we brought together people from all the Western Balkans, including myself, coming from different cultures, using different materials and languages, and we had to, during a very short time, agree on some principles, and that was of course starting with what we had to do. What would be the structure, the modules, the curricula, everything into the details of the training materials we had to decide during those 2 days. And remember again, here were people coming together, some have never met them before, different languages, trying to cope in English through translators, and myself and my colleague Lucia, and we were then the facilitators, which we found out very quickly was quite a passive role, because the group we had been told to work with was one of the most dynamic, I have to say. And through this dynamism, this workshop came out very, very well. And the work afterwards was really the big challenge, because that's when we left Tirana and we all went home to our daily lives and work, and we had to start to putting our thoughts on paper. We had to start edit, we had to start putting materials onto our community of practice, website, which some of our colleagues, we're not mentioning any names, had a little bit of difficulty with. But this is how ICT are, you know, some are better than others, including myself being one of those that are not so good. But anyway, the materials were put on the community of practice, the COP. It was edited over a long period of time and published in several languages. It was, again, as I said, a very challenging process, but that's how it's always going to be when you bring a large group of people together. And I think we did a great job.
This experience cross countries from Balkan region, Turkey and Moldova, willingness to share the experience and the knowledge from all participants contributed to the great job that we done. Big congratulations to CISL team that they managed to select 18 experts from 9 countries from different geographical areas to contribute to develop networking community and to do the great job to be shared between countries. Good practice criteria help us to choose 27 inspiring stories for the filming.
Nowadays, we live in economy of knowledge, where the knowledge is the most important factor for success on the marketplace, and necessary is to educate ourselves.
We are, as a Women's Business Association, we are all the time we are working together across the Kosovo and to help women entrepreneurs to impact to the policy of the governments and also to create the better environment for the women entrepreneurs in Kosovo.
CISL's working group has developed a good practice criteria which was used to film 27 inspiring videos. These videos are an integral part of the entire training package and will be used in all levels and forms of education in line with lifelong entrepreneurial learning.
Good practice criteria in entrepreneurship constitute a best ways of work in achieving our business objectives. During CISL project, we have developed as a working group criteria for good practices all over the region, cross-region, because we want to apply those practices in doing business with each other and being clear what those are. Good practices include aspects of doing business in best way, and they go across whole business operations, including finances, including customers, including human resources.
The videos which we produced is a very important learning tools, not only for women entrepreneurs, but also for the future entrepreneurs who are in the schools today. In the Republic of Moldova, we will use this video not only for existing entrepreneurs, but also for all young people.
It's the first time that I'm participating in this kind of modules. For me, it was the most inspiring history in my training life. As an intellectual property lawyer, what I learned from this developing these training modules, it was how to interfere the intellectual property rights of these businesses that these women developed. It was to make in financial assets of the company.
Women entrepreneurs who can proudly say that they are good practice example are those who create new jobs, promote lifelong learning, maintain business stability, actively work in mentoring, and do the lobbying.
These inspirational stories contribute to the ecosystem by triggering entrepreneurial courage, by building resilience and improve the development of each entrepreneur individually.
I believe that with implementation of those materials and also with implementation of educational material with our women entrepreneurs, we will make women more willing to go to the fight called women entrepreneurship.
we managed to create a network consisting not only of women entrepreneurs that are filmed in 27 videos, a network consisting of all supporting institutions and all relevant stakeholders. Of course, we wouldn't be so successful without the constant support. First of all, of the support of our donor, Swedish International Development Cooperation Agency, of our partner, Regional Cooperation Council, and of all the relevant stakeholders from 9 participating countries.
It's very important to promote second chance entrepreneurs. And positive stories about women entrepreneurs, they didn't give up after the first failure. The restarter are willing to learn from their mistakes. Your second chance may be the last, so try to make the best of it.
The list of benefits is very large, but I think I can cluster in 3 groups. The first is the voice. Now, finally, we have a common voice about women entrepreneurs, not only in Albania, but in the region. And really, our region is very strong. The second, we have a good stone now. We have a stone who cannot move a politician or the other. And the third, sweet home for the young people, for the future, for the female entrepreneur, and why not, and for male entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship does not have gender. Let's create an environment in which entrepreneurs, men or women, will be able to express their full potential for the well-being of our societies. If you have knowledge, let others light a candle on it.